He's going to tell us the reason for this, because some of us may not really know the very importance of this course. So we'll look at the reason, the purpose, and the benefits of today's class. Each of the classes, that's what we'll be doing, so that you know what you're learning, how it's going to, what's the benefits of it, why are you learning what you're learning. So we'll start with that. Thank you very much. So over
All
to
right,
you.
thank you very much. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Welcome, guys. I know some persons are not here for now. All right, I hope they're going to join us. If you can hear me clearly, good. Please do well to indicate on the discussion group. Like I told us, you cannot communicate on the main group because the main group is just for the admins, but you can always communicate via text on the discussion group. So if peradventure you're not there, do well to join. Just join the discussion group. Stella, please, you can post the link now on the main group so that those who are not there can just click to join the discussion group, so that you can always relate via text before the question time after my lectures. So you can always drop your messages on the discussion group while the lecture is going on, if peradventure you have any challenge or any concern. All right, like she rightly said, this program is actually for career persons. And what that implies is that every career person needs this program. And you may ask why every career person needs the program. We are in an era where there are
So we can't hear you again.
hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You can still hear me? It has turned off. Can you hear me now? You can hear me. Please be typing for me. Just be typing. That's what I want. Type on the discussion group, whatever the issue is, so I can get it. All right. So I can start now. I can start now. Don't worry.
Sorry, con cali di con cali di Okay, me came my party. Amuro, gonna be.
We are looking at today. All right. And then we also look at the global dimension of work. Those are the two things we'll be doing today. All right. Global dimension of work, and then Nigeria and Africa's labor condition. That's what we do for today. All right. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Hello? You can hear me? Somebody's trying to say something. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay, good. All right. Okay, so good. So we can continue now. All right, so quickly, like I told us, I'm not going to waste much time today, but we have a lot to go from tomorrow. We know exactly how lies Africa, why is Nigeria behind, would have become very relevant in the at the global space. All right. Yes, if you can hear me, I'm doing the recording. We'll send the recording. So just follow. And we'll send the recording on the group once we're done. So the fact of job mapping and career development in line with
Hello.
those infrastructures or lack of government, involvement in creating enabling environments for industrial activities to thrive. And here you look at unemployment. It's about 33.3%. All right. America, which is also 6.6%, and then Asia having the lowest unemployment rate, 4.4%. And this was given 23rd of January 2021. So you can see that supply is the biggest cause of unemployment, which is the biggest cause of unemployment in Nigeria. That is the part of life. Unemployment is at the increase. Poverty and education, and then negligence of agriculture and other natural resources. All right. Then 6 talks about unfavorable business climates and entrepreneurship. What makes the business climate unfavorable? Every country's economy is supposed to run in three dimensions. The primary sector, that is talking about economic activities that have to do extractions of raw materials or services, consulting services. Any that sometimes you're Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, I guess you guys can hear me now, but don't worry, for the parts you've not heard, we are recording it and we'll send the recorded information once we are done. All right. So I am on other causes of unemployment. I'd actually talked about cause of unemployment. All right. And then now I'm on other causes, and I was talking about poor career decision. Why do people make poor career decisions? Because they are not informed. You may have gone to school, but you do not have the adequate information to make the right decision. And that's what we're here to do for you today. All right? Some people are too proud, to learn by experience. For instance, some of you keep saying, I want to do a job that pays so amount of money. For instance, I want to do a job that pays 500,000. But you've not considered the skills you have at the moment. All right? Why don't you go gain experience in a relevant area that could help to upscale your job status or your job qualification? So do not be proud to learn by experience. Experience is one of the major capital among the facets of human capital that we can talk about. All right? All right. Other causes include lack of business acumen. That's for business people. All right. Job offer rejection due to ignorance of wage scale and wage payment hypothesis. That is not understanding what the payment rate is like in the labor market. We'll be talking to you about that during the course of this program. So you need to be patient, follow through the 3 days of this program. And I tell you, you're not going to regret it. We're sending you the material. We're also sending you an audio recorded, part of this particular presentation and for the 3 days. Bad influence is another. Laziness is another. All right. And then many do not like to work. That is according to MC Gregory, theory X. A lot of career persons do not like to work. That's the truth about it. One of the characteristics of human capital is called commitment. Lack of commitment will actually deprive you of a lot as a career person. So you need to learn today that you need to get committed at every slightest opportunity you find, at the labor market, because that is going to help you to build your job status, your qualification, build your experience, and also make yourself relevant to the organization. You can also get recommendations by this. So these are the causes of unemployment. We're looking at this as a fundamental because we want to know what are the links to the career challenges we're having today in Nigeria and by extension, Africa. All right. So now we go to the global dimension of work. Here we're looking at opportunity in the emerging labor market. The word emerging means upcoming, all right, rising, all right, like, opportunities that are coming up, that are springing forth in the labor market, all right? And what actually determines these opportunities? Sometimes when we talk about job opportunities, guys, do you hear me? When we talk about job opportunities, a lot of career persons don't understand what it means. They don't understand that job opportunity cannot be without skills. without current skills. Job opportunities cannot be without current skills. Tell them to type and respond if they're hearing now on the discussion group. All right? So those are part of things we want to point you to tonight. And while from tomorrow, we'll go to the career compass, for professionals, where we'll be teaching you exactly how you're going to obtain the skills and how you make yourself relevant in the labor market. So like I said, today is about information dissemination. So get all the information you need today, all right? And after now, we're also going to be sending you a kind of a mini project you're going to do that will enable you to find your own career path, given the current trends, of career mapping today. So the first we have here is emerging professions and job churn. Second is mapping emerging occupation. The third is qualifying the jobs of tomorrow, quantifying the jobs of tomorrow. And then the fourth is identifying rising demand for skill sets. So I'm just going to take them one after the other. All right? So the first is emerging profession and job churn. What is job churn? Job stare, job swell. Do you want your job to experience a stirring, a swell? So that you don't just say, I am this, whereas it's not relevant. For instance, you're a mechanical engineer where you don't have the current skills for driving mechanical engineering jobs. You're even an administrator and you don't have the current skills for driving administrative jobs today. It means you don't have a job swell. That's what a job churn means. All right? So that's why we're going to be dealing on emerging professions and job churn. That is the current professions coming up and how they're able to steer, to swell their jobs, okay, with current and necessary skills. Those are the things we're looking at in this course, all right? So first of all, we're going to do a statistics here, all right? According to the 2018 predicted outcomes of fourth industrial revolution by World Economic Forum regarding the following. One is the creation of 133 million new jobs. That is, these are the predictions done by World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum in 2018 did this prediction. And this prediction was to span between 2018 to 2022. So we're still in 2021. And of course, you agree with me that there has been a lot of changes, which of course you're going to see in the subsequent slides when we begin to highlight the faces of professions and their skill sets. So they predicted 133 million new jobs, but they also predicted that there's going to be the displacement of 75 million jobs over 2018 and 2022, which means for you and I today who are still in the labor space, if you do not advance your skills, if you do not modify your profession, your professional skills, you may be among the jobs, or your job may be among such that will be displaced. That's what it means. All right? So irrespective of the fact that we have 133 million new jobs predicted that will span between 2018 is already on to 2022, which is going to be next year. All right? There's still going to be displacement of 75 million jobs over this period. And then what happens? What happens next? In 2018, new roles accounted for 16% of all jobs, which means during 2018, all the jobs that existed in 2018, all right, 16% of them, all right, were taken over by new roles. That is the new emerging skills and professions. A share that will rise to 27% by 2022. So 16% has already been taken among the new emerging jobs, and then there's been a prediction that 27% in 2022, okay, is what is going to be. So from 16%, sorry, is going to rise to 27% in 2022. The question is, are you going to be amongst these new, set of professionals? Is your profession going to be upscaled, to be among these new roles that we're going to find in the labor space? Remember, employers will always seek employees with new skills, not just new skills, trendy skills. Employers are going to seek employees that have acquired the new technological skills. Employers are going to look for professionals who are fitting into the new roles in organizations, and we expect that you should be among them. Then another prediction says there's a paradigm shift in emerging professions and jobs regarding skills required by these professions. And we're going to see some of them in the next slide. All right. These professions of the future reflect increasing demand for new services and products across global economies. Now, what does this mean? What we are being told here is the fact that there is actually increasing new demands for new skills, upscaling your professions. All right. And this will affect services and affect products. How will it affect products? The quality of products, models with which these products are done. How will it affect services? The way your service is rendered now is going to change. So it means the old way is no longer going to be, but it's going to be by the new way, the new model. Remember, one of the things that technology does today is to disrupt the models of business activities. Technology disrupts, these new technologies disrupts models of what? Of business activities today. And if the business activity model has changed, if the business activity technology has changed, then who are they going to employ? They will employ professionals who have those current skills. That's what this means. That's what it implies. All right. So what are these emerging professions? There are about 7 of them. Please take note. There are about 7 of them. You can find them in the material that we're going to send to you. All right. And it's called 7 key professional clusters. 7 key professional clusters that you must make sure that your profession has a tie in. Like you can see the 7 key professional clusters. We're going to take them one after the other. Remember today I said it's an information dissemination program for today, and from tomorrow we'll be doing the teaching tomorrow, even though I'm partially teaching right now, but it's more of informatives we're going to be given today, all right, to prepare your minds so you already know where the compass we're going to be giving tomorrow will be leading you to. So you have the green economy jobs, you have the engineering, you have the marketing, sales, and content production, you have cloud computing and product development, then you have people and culture, and they'll have care economy jobs, and they'll have artificial intelligence. So let's take them one after the other. All right. The first one is the green economy jobs. And what does it say? People in these jobs will monitor, manage, and protect natural resources, including land and valuable water supplies. This is actually referring to people in the environmental world. So peradventure you're here, you studied anything related to environmental, sciences, right? Just like you have environmental scientists, we have hydrologists, we have biologists, we have biochemists, all right? These people fall under the green economy jobs. What are they going to be helping us to do? They will help us to ensure that there is sustainable environment, because today the environment is continuously affected due to the activities of industries. And so what the number one 7 key professional cluster is saying is that we are going to be having professionals who would build skills on how to protect the environment rather than have the environment destroyed. So if you belong to the environmental world, this is actually for you. In fact, it's part of the project that I have given. When that project is sent, you're going to see that you're going to choose an aspect in the cluster that belongs, that concerns you. And then you're going to do your research in that regard, find out the necessary skills that suits, the emerging profession that you'll be getting into. And then you're going to submit that. That would have taken care of the career decision aspect primarily, while we deal with other things. So the green economy job, like I said, is dealing with environmental scientists. All right, all professions that are environmental related. All right, this is actually their aspects. All right, jobs that monitor, manage, and protect natural resources. You know that you cannot talk about the environment without the components of the natural resources, and how these natural resources are handled in cost of production, manufacturing, determines whether the environment will be dilapidated or not, whether the environment will be destroyed or not. That's actually what we're dealing with here. All right. So the next here is dealing with engineering. Under the 7 key professional clusters, we have engineering, which is about building, designing, maintenance, manufacturing, all right, stroke production. So we have designing, we have maintenance, we have manufacturing, and we have production. That's what engineering is all about. And under this, you can find that we have automation and robotics engineering. So for engineers, these are some of the things you've been looking at. We just gave some of these examples. Automation and robotics engineer. All right, what is their job? To design plans which serve as guides in manufacturing robots and mechanisms that make robots run smoothly. Today you hear about robotics. For instance, people fight fire manually using extinguishers. People fight fire using fire trucks. But today, do you know that there are robotics that now can fight fire? When there is a fire outbreak in a building, all they need to do is to use a remote the robotics, and the robotics will fight the fire, put the fire out, just like individuals will manually use extinguishers to put out fire. So engineers are expected to start thinking in this order, all right? They also have machine learning used in internet search engines, email filters to sort out spam. That is to sort out information that are not healthy. Also banking software to detect unusual transactions, all right? So which means people in the machine learning world will help banks, okay, to detect unusual transactions, all right? You know, today we have hackers here and there, but with the age of machine learning, it will be easy to be able to, you know, to scan through, you know, the web and to be able to sort information out. And then we also have the alternative energy engineer. These are people who are in the, you know, area that they're able to use fossil fuels for replacing them with sustainable green options. This has a link with environmental, you know, work as well. All right, they're able to build energy. Like today, you're hearing about renewable energy, like the solar energy is a very good example of renewable energy. Even power can be built with wind. Okay, you can use sun, which is solar. Okay, you can also use wind. All right, you can also build, you know, generate power with water. All right, so these are alternative sources. And the question is, why should engineers come up with alternative sources for generating power? You're hearing about electric cars today. Electric cars can be driven without fossil fuel because it is safe. It is less harmful on the environment. So engineers are expected to start thinking in the order of being able to build alternative power supplies. That is simply what we're talking about, you know, in engineering. These are some examples. And then we'll go to the third, you know, cluster, having to do with marketing, sales, and content production. So here you have, it says that, you know, it has to do with duties, including research, brand building, projection, promotion, acquisition of customers, and sales. This is dealing with the digital space precisely, all right? That if you are somebody who is in the marketing world, in the advertising world, you don't need to become an advertising agency when you don't know how to use the digital tools to advertise for your clients. So that's why you have here like digital marketing, use of channels. Like for instance, you're able to use Facebook, you're able to use Instagram, you're able to use even TikTok and other channels, including websites, to advertise and to promote the product and the services of clients. So note that if you studied marketing or anything related to that, or even in the management world, you need to be able to upscale. You need to be able to build your skill, upskill to this point where your services now become more relevant than it used to be. They also have content marketing. These are people who craft, you know, content for organizations. Do you know you can become an expert in developing content for organizations? A lot of organizations may not know how to build content to represent their product or services. Also, we also have visual marketing. Use videos, graphics, images to inform the audience of about, you know, to inform the audience about a brand. All right? That is called video explainer, where you can use videos to promote a product. You can use video to promote a product. So you have more videos and just less text, maybe a line of text to promote people's or businesses' products. Then you also have the search engine marketing. All right? This is where you want your business to be ranking on the top of the search engine like the Google. All right? So in case people are searching for your kind of product, your name can easily appear. All right? Or searching for the product of your clients, their name can easily appear. So you're able to upskill to a point as a marketing, sales, and content production expert. You're able to do this for your clients, where your clients can be easily found, on the web. All right? Then you have the product marketing, develop products messaging, positioning to benefits, and pricing. So you're able to develop a product in such a manner that it's able to, the company, is able to have a position in the market. All right? That is able to determine their market share. All right? The company is able to define their market share because there are other competitors in the market. And so how can a company be able to stand out? It is your duty to be able to present or project the product of your client in such a manner that they would have, a very relevant space in the market to be able to sell their products. Then the next is research marketing and brand management. That is, you're able to help companies to conduct market research. And today, market research is not just conducted traditionally as it used to. So you can, if you're in this area, you can search for softwares or applications that are used in actually doing marketing survey. So you can do that for companies. Companies want to know the demographics, of their clients or their supposed clients. They want to know their income base. They want to know their tastes and preferences. So you can in a digital space be able to search this out for clients and give them accurate information before they can venture into that business. So this is what we have for marketing, sales, and content production. This is the third. And then when you go to the fourth, we have, sorry, coming, like I'm jumping something. The fourth is supposed to be, okay, that's good. The fourth is cloud computing. All right, cloud computing and product development. All right, and what does this talk about? This is simply cloud-based digital products. All right, and this product could be software and applications. All right, that are developed. All right, they are developed to help companies or individuals, organizations. All right, to able to store whatever they have in the cloud. That is going away from traditional storage. You can agree with me today that what you store on your computer could be missing when your system crashes or your hard disk crashes. Okay, your hard disk could have a crash. All right, and also your system. All right, your system unit can also crash. All right, so if this crashes, what happens? Your information would have been lost. So what cloud computing is doing is to help, users, whether they are organizations or individuals, to store information in the cloud. Like, for instance, Google Drive is a very good example, okay, of infrastructure or software that helps you to store your information. So that's what cloud computing is all about. And what are they trying to say here? You can specialize in this area where you can now render services to organizations in helping to store their information. So the types of cloud computing we'll have here are public clouds, private clouds, hybrid clouds, and multi-cloud. All of them deals with cloud computing. The only difference here is that, private cloud is simply dealing with, internal, cloud storage, all right, for organization. Privately for an organization, be able to help them store their information privately. You build a system for them that can help them store information privately. Okay, then for public cloud, to have IT servicing companies allowing users that different organizations to share resources. softwares and technologies while maintaining their privacy, the privacy of each user. All right. Hybrid cloud talks about computing environment that combines an on-premises data center, also called a private cloud, with a public cloud. That is, they're able to provide a system or infrastructure that can help both private and the public organizations, all right, or the private organizations and the public to be able to store their information. That's what it means. So the hybrid cloud is able to help the private organization, that's organizations internally, and the public to be able to store their information. That's the hybrid cloud. And then the multi-cloud says it can incorporate different cloud vendors for different services. So this one is talking about, people with different consents for storage. People with different consents for storage. This multi-cloud services can help them, to contain all their demands. So you can specialize in an area like this, all right, under the 7 key professional clusters, all right? And then the next, after cloud computing, is people and culture. This is simply talking about people in the human resource field, all right? People in the human resource field, all right? You can become a talent management expert, all right? You can become a talent management expert. And what can you be doing if you become a talent management expert? All right, you do career development, you do employee orientation, retaining high performing employees. That is, companies can invite you to talk to their, management on how to retain their employees. Okay, you can also talk to employees on how to be able to maintain, peak performance. All right. Then also, you can also specialize in compensation and benefits. Do you know that today in Nigeria we have what is called Employee Compensation Act 2010? You can educate people on compensation matters as a human resource expert, all right? You can also, specialize in training and development perspective, all right? You can also specialize in workplace safety. Safety is actually an aspect of human resources. Safety is an aspect of human resources, all right? So when you talk about human resource management, safety forms part of human resource management. So you can see that there are various areas that one can specialize depending on where you want to belong. So among the 7, professional job clusters, people and culture is one of them, which is dealing with human resources, services, and advance. All right. The next is care economy jobs. All right. Here we talk about responsibility to provide for dependents, such as children, the sick, and the elderly. This is more like NGO kind of work. A lot of organizations today are NGOs. And you ask, what do I mean by NGOs? NGOs have 2 major aspects, all right? The not-for-profit and the profit. For instance, my organization is a profit NGO because I get people to pay for my services. But for not-for-profit NGOs, their services are not paid for. Rather, they get grants, they get support, they get sponsors, all right? So you can become a community support and outreach worker. You can become a social worker. You can become a healthcare service person, depending. That is what comes under care economy jobs, all right? And then, I think that's the final on that, on the 7 professional clusters. So when you go through your materials, you can take your time to go through them one after the other. This is where the world is going to. That's what we're actually trying to say. This is actually where the world is heading to. So you must make sure that you're able to find yourself within these clusters. All right? Good. So now quickly we look at, still under opportunity in the emerging labor market. Opportunity in the emerging labor market. We look at mapping emerging occupations. The word map means to chart a course, all right? To chart a course, to be able to define your career paths, all right? So according to research here, we are told about the demand for new skill sets, all right? According to researchers, Carl B. Frey's and Michael Osborne's view on 4th Industrial Revolution, creating in 2013. fourth industrial revolution training in 2013, they talked about displacement of existing jobs. I've already told you about that. All right, rising of new jobs, which means the question is, will there no longer be engineering? There will be, but the model for engineering will change. That's what it means. It means that there's going to be change in models for engineering, like you've already seen when we talk about like automation. All right, when we talk about things like machine learning, all right, deep learning, and all of that. So new skills brings great returns. The secret to this is that when you upskill, you're able to make yourself available for better pay. I hear a lot of graduates and workers say, oh, we need a better pay. How can you get a better pay when you're not upskilling? You need to upskill, you need to upscale, you need to improve on your job status, your career status, to be able to earn a better pay. All right, good. Still under mapping emerging occupations. Here we have future of jobs report in 2018. It talks about reskilling. One of the things you need to do is to reskill. You got a skill today. After a period, you need to reskill, because there are definitely changes that must have taken place as technology advances and as models of works also advances. All right? Skill-based hiring is on the increase. Okay? Skill-based hiring is on the increase. Is on the increase. What does it mean? Employers are looking for people with skills, with relevant skills. All right? So you must shift to a skill-based hiring system focused on lifelong learning, which means for you to be able to make it, all right, in the times we're in, you must embark on continuous learning. That's the only way you can keep your relevance. Embark on continuous what? Learning. That is the secret. If you must remain relevant as a career person, you must embark on continuous what? Professional development. And I'm going to define what a career is. Some of us say we have an occupation. Yes, an occupation is a job that you decide to undertake for the substantial period of your life. But career tells us that that job needs to be modified. You need to be developing on periodic basis. That's what career is. And what is career? Continuous professional development, okay, and continuous development of your work life. So it means the development of your professional and your work life. Your professional and your work life. Your professional and your work life. Don't worry, we'll talk about profession, okay, in the subsequent days of this program. Like I said, today is information dissemination. We're trying to get your minds ready for what will be happening tomorrow on the career professionals compass. All right. So this is what it is. You need to be reskilling. You need to reskill, and you need to keep yourself on the track of continuous learning. That's the only way you can keep relevance. Then we'll go to quantifying the jobs of tomorrow. We'll have about 24 slides, so I'm almost done. On the 20th slide now, we are working with time. I'm almost done. I'll give you room to ask questions, and then we'll close for today. Tomorrow, we're going to start on a very clean slate. 7 dot will start, just like we also did a few minutes after. They will start at 7 tomorrow. All right, quantifying the jobs of tomorrow. Remember, we have talked about the prediction of 1.3 million new jobs over the 2018 and 2022, according to World Economic Forum. All right, 2018. Future of Jobs Report baseline, which is 130, which means the number has been predicted not to go below 133 million. And these jobs are new jobs, new professions with new skills. Emerging professions will account for 6.1 million opportunities globally over the course of 2020 to 2022. All right? Emerging professions will account for 6.1 million opportunities globally. So it means for you to be among these people that would get 6.1 million opportunities globally, you need to reskill, you need to upskill. All right. Now we now look at the breakdown. Percentage of job openings in the emerging professions in 3 years as follows. All right. That is counting from 2018. Counting from 2018, 2019, 2020, 2022. All right? Now, how is this going to work? Now, sorry, counting from 2020, all right, to 2022. Look, this is the breakdown for the various professions now that are in the job cluster. The first is the care economy. Care economy will have 7% of the 6.1 million. Marketing and content will have 17%. Data and artificial intelligence, which is machine learning, will have 16%. Engineering and cloud computing will have 12%. People and culture, 8%. Then green economic professions will have 1.6%, all in the period spanning between 2020 to 2022. This is the prediction, all right, of World Economic Forum, with regards to the emerging job professions. These are the predictions. And quickly, we're going to look at identifying rising demand for skill sets. What are the rising demand for skill sets? You need to understand that we're talking about skills, and employers are looking out for skills. So we're going to look at the skills cluster. Okay, here we have taxonomy first developed by LinkedIn. Taxonomy means classification. So LinkedIn was able to do classifications of skill sets, all right, in line with World Bank. So for World Bank and LinkedIn to do this, it tells you how relevant that this is, which means if you don't have these skills, you are actually wasting your time in the labor space. If you don't have these skill sets, you are actually not relevant. You may be saying, I'm working now. Look at what happened during the early times of the pandemic and counting. It tells you that things are speedily going to change. And if you build yourself enough, you may become an independent employee where you get jobs online and do your job, not necessarily being a permanent employee. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that subsequently. But the skills you have to determine if you can do that. So here, the skills cluster is talking about, it's all about business skills. Okay, you must be able to have a set of skills required to operate or start an enterprise if you want to run a business. And let me tell you the secret. Today, we are almost finding it difficult to differentiate between business people and non-business. You know why? Because somebody now can just have a digital marketing skill. He goes online and starts doing business. That's what this is talking about. So you must be able to build the right business skill to be able to start and operate a business. All right? Marketing, project management, budgeting, business development. If you want to go into a small business as a person who has digital marketing skill, how are you going to do it? You need these sets: marketing, project management, and all of them. All right. Then you go to general skills. General skills here talks about cross-functional skills. All right. These are skills that are obtainable, that are needed in organizations. As an employee, you must have leadership skills. You must have communication skills. You won't say, I didn't study communication in school. You must be able to fine-tune your communication ability. By what? By going for trainings. Build your communication skills so that you can communicate effectively in your organization. Negotiation skills, you must be able to build negotiation skills. They are called general skills. They are needed across all professions. They are non-cognitive capabilities, meaning that they are basically seen as something that are abilities that people should have. But let me also add that you can improve on those your natural abilities by gaining prowess. Prowess are acquired skills. Learn about leadership. Learn about communication. Learn about negotiations. Like, for instance, we have courses on leadership, effective communication in organizations. We also have on negotiation skills. You can learn about them, and that will prepare you for the opportunities ahead. Then soft skills, still talk about non-cognitives, but we're able to break them down. All right. Now, this can go core on what we call inherent abilities, like ability to give attention. Do you know some people have problems with paying attention? All right. Some people have problems with problem solving, ability to think. Okay. Some people are not creative. I get it right now. So soft skills talks about, being creative. These are the things that beefs up your CV. When you're building a CV, for instance, these are things you come up with. What if the recruiter carries out a test on you? Can you defend it? This is why you need to understand what are they? What do they mean? Training to help you to understand them and to be able to apply yourself to these, abilities. Openness to experience. That's people who are always ready to attempt opportunities or to attempt opportunities. Conscientiousness is talking about people who want to do things right, always able to do things right. These are great, abilities that employers are looking out for. Extraversion is being outspoken, okay? Being outspoken. Agreeableness has to do with affectionate people. If you belong to the, to the public, jobs like the public health jobs, NGO jobs, for instance, you need to be an affectionate person. If an NGO employs you, you should be able to do that. And then neuroticism. Neurotic people are people who are intuitive in nature, highly intuitive in nature. They're actually very thoughtful and very creative. Even though on the negative, all right, they can be very, they can be quick to anger. They can be quick to anger. All right, they have a kind of a volatile nature, the way they do things. But on the positive, they are very intuitive, they are very creative, and they are very relevant to organizations. All right, so these are examples of some skills that LinkedIn actually presented. You can imagine if LinkedIn and World Bank is presenting these skills, then you need them. These skills are irrespective of your profession. So you need them. That's why they're called skills clusters that everybody needs. They have been classified into 3: business skills, general skills, and soft skills, right? And then in the next slide, you have tech disruptive skills, all right? These tend to be specific skills that, individuals need, all right? So these are like for professions, all right? Depending on what your profession is, you need a technical skill. They're called disruptive skills. What is your profession? For instance, you're in the engineering, okay? Have you been able to get the 3D, printing technology skills? You're in the civil engineering. Have you been able to get the ArchiCAD, the AutoCAD, and all of that? All right? So that is what this is talking about, the robotic automation processing. Do you have it? As an engineer, somewhere in the engineering world, that's what this is talking about. So there are technical skills that other engineers of your peers, right, behind you because you have been able to advance your skills. They'll have the specialized industry skills, skills specific to the field in question, all right, e.g., documentation in cloud computing, video and editing in marketing, sales, content, all right? This is more of IT skills, all right? More of IT skills. Then the third one is tech baseline skills, all right? These are more like the very basic IT packages, IT skills that people may need to have, all right? Talking about Microsoft productivity suites, like the Microsoft Office application, the Microsoft Excel, the PowerPoint, all right, the Microsoft Word, that's word processing packages, alongside web design, online marketing, graphic and engineering design, software, and then as well as medical softwares. These are called tech-based skills. Now, why we're giving this information is that anyone that catches your interest, for you to be able to do further findings and be able to get yourself properly equipped in this perspective and then get relevant in the labor market space. This is actually what we have for today to share with you. So don't take much of the time. This is about 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. All right, is it 10? Yeah, 19 minutes past 8. All right, by my time, it's about 19 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. So I think I would like you to ask questions. You can ask your questions now. Like I said, today is about information dissemination. All right, we're just giving you information that prepares your mind about what is out there. All right, about emerging jobs or opportunities in the labor market. But from tomorrow, we're going to be talking to you on how to chart your career course. That's called the career professionals, compass. And then on the third day, we'll be talking to you about employee relations and the labor laws. We actually have about 8 labor laws in Nigeria. And we're going to be dealing with these labor laws because every employee, every career person must know these laws and how it affects them. And you know what the duties of your employer, are towards you, and also what your own duties are and what your rights are. With this, you would have been fully equipped for your career pursuits. Thank you. So right now, we're open to questions just in a few minutes so that we can close today. We don't intend to take much of our time today. Even tomorrow, within 1 hour by God's grace, we'll be done, and then 30 minutes we'll be asking questions. We'll give you room to ask questions. So please indicate if you have a question. If you have a question, indicate, and then we'll call you up. If you have a question, indicate, and then we'll call you up.
Someone sent me a question.
Okay.
I don't know if I can read it out.
Privately.
Can I read it out?
Okay, read it. Feel free.
Okay. The question is, if I have the core skill for my job, do I still need an IT skill? Since
If
my
you
job
have
is not the core skill for my job, my primary job, do I still need an IT skill?
Of course, it all depends on which job you're talking about, because of course you know that IT is virtually, running across all jobs today. So having these other basic skills are not enough. All you need to do is to search out for the specific IT skill that would
I can hear you.
you hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So I said, apart from having the non-cognitive skills, you still need these skills because IT is virtually cutting across all jobs today. And for you to stay relevant, you need IT skills. Search out for the specific IT skills that supports your job and that makes you more relevant in your workplace. Are there other questions?
Okay, that's the one I was sent, so I suppose he has heard it too. Thank you.
Okay, let him indicate if he's there. Let him indicate by text that he goes. Or if he wants to speak, can indicate, and then okay, somebody is trying to speak here. Okay, let me unmute Izuchukwu. Please unmute yourself while I mute you here. Unmute yourself, speak and speak. All right. Izuchukwu, are you there? Izuchukwu, please unmute yourself and speak. Then I'll go over to Chizaram after Izuchukwu.
Good evening, sir.
Izuchukwu, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please be audible, please.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. I heard what you said, and it's wonderful. I must tell you, it's amazing. My question goes to my course. I studied transport management technology. So I need a guideline on how I can be able to get necessary skills so that I can be able to earn an opportunity in the world of transport.
Good. That's actually the mini project that I will be sending to you guys. But even before you get the mini project, it's very simple. What's that your course of study? Transport management, right?
Yeah, transport management technology.
Good. All you need to do is just to Google and type what are the current skill sets for transport management technology, and you're going to get a lot of skills that are necessary. And I tell you, that would have been the start of your career pursuit. As simple as that.
Okay.
Did you get
Thank you.
just type current skills for transport management, and then you're going to get them on Google.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. All right. So let me go to Chizaram. Chizaram, are you there? Please unmute yourself. Chizaram, unmute yourself and speak. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. You're welcome. Please try and be able.
Hello, good evening,
what's your
sir.
name and yeah, good evening.
All right.
Good evening.
My name is Chizaram Steven. My name is
Okay,
Chizaram Steven.
Welcome. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead, Chizaram. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead. I can hear
Hello.
you. Please, Stella, type on the group that we're
Hello?
hearing him. I can hear you.
All right.
Feel free. Hello? Hello?
Chizaram, I've sent to him now that we can hear him. Let him speak.
Chizaram,
Hello.
we can speak. We can hear you. Hello? I think it's like he's having network.
Maybe it's, but he also sent me the, if you can't hear him, if you can't
Hello?
speak, he also sent me the question.
Read it.
Hello.
Read it.
He said, my
Hello.
question is, what is openness to experience skill? I don't know, I'm not really getting the question, but I think that's what he's trying to say.
Okay, I heard it now. What is openness to experience? Chizaram, is that what you're saying?
Hello.
Hello?
Good evening.
I can hear you, Chizaram. Can you just
Hello, can you hear me?
speak?
Good
We can
evening.
hear you. Good evening.
Okay. Okay. Good evening. Actually, my
Good
question
evening.
also goes to the one is to act.
Okay.
My question also goes like a similar question to one is to ask. Like I studied civil engineering in
Yeah.
school, but when I came out, I had a job. The job was all
Okay.
about maintenance, all about logistics, where I
Okay.
worked in the maintenance office as a fleet
Okay.
manager. So
Okay.
I worked and I was being promoted 6 months after my work to a workshop officer,
So
also
what?
controlling a also workshop officer, also
Okay.
controlling
Okay.
the fleet aspect of the job.
Okay.
But I stopped it work because of my NYC program because I enrolled for NYC and I was posted to Jigawa, which eventually I tried to River State. But I want to ask,
Okay.
to improve my skills, what kind of skills do I need? Especially this one called openness to experience. What is it like? I want to know what it's like.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
also
Openness to
have to
experience.
improve myself.
Okay. Thank you very much. I get your question. Thank you very much. All right. First of all, you studied civil engineering and you got a job in logistics. Okay. Later worked as workshop manager. And all that.
Yes.
Kizan, first of all, you need to know one of the things we talk about here as part of what causes unemployment is poor career decisions. All right, you need to be clear about what your career is like. You study civil engineering. First of all, you need to make a decision. Are you just jumping to any opportunity that comes in as a job, or you're deciding what you really want to do? Because it's more like there's a shift now from civil engineering to the job table. Now, there's nothing wrong. Do you want to major in that perspective? If you want to major in that perspective, search out the skills. Just go on Google, search out the current skills for,
Okay.
logistics and all of that. You get the skills, and then you use those skills. Therefore, next experience is called non-cognitive. All right. If you watch, we first of all discussed those skills before we went to the specialized skills. All right. And then this non-cognitive skill, which is called
Okay.
openness to experience, is they are called their inherent abilities. Like there are people who are naturally adventurous. All right, adventurous in the sense that they
Okay.
are not scared of taking steps. I can. They can always take advantage of
Okay.
opportunities that come their way. That's what it means. But we also believe that over time of
Okay.
learning, you can adapt to these things. Because employers are looking for these qualities in career people, in professionals. Do you understand that right now? So in the job world,
Yeah.
your qualifications and your qualities are needed. Your academic qualification, your professional qualification, and the quality you possess are also very important. So this openness experience is one of those qualities called non-cognitive skills that a professional needs. That's what it means. I don't know if I answered your
All right.
question.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, you have. Thank you. I'm
Thank you
grateful.
very much. Any other question? Stella, any other question?
No, no other questions so far. We can hear you. No. No, you are muted.
I'm unmuted.
I'm unmuted now.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
All right.
Yes.
All right. We're bringing this lecture to a close, but before we go, please take note. Tomorrow, this class starts by 7 p.m. dots. And after now, Stella is going to send this particular manual or material on the group, and so everybody can have access to it. All right. She's going to send this material on the group. Everybody can have access to it. And then she's going to send also the mini project as well. The direction here is this, please take notes. When you get that mini project, go through it. There are different job clusters there. All right. So all you're going to do is for the trajectory that concerns you, pick a trajectory that concerns you. That is, pick a learning trajectory, that a learning skill trajectory, a learning skill path that you want to go through. Pick it, then do a research on it, give details of those skills, and then you submit them. With that, you'd have been sure, like some of you are asking about skills and all of that. That would help you to be able to make some good career decisions after making that research. So she's going to send this material we used for tonight, and then she's going to send the learning skills trajectory also, which is a mini project we're supposed to do, which will help us to drive on what we've done. I think that's just what we have for today. You can still invite your friends whom you think you want to be part of this lectures. Tomorrow we're going to be doing, today is more information dissemination. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Career Professionals Congress, and then the next following day we're going to be talking about the 8 labor laws in Nigeria and how they affect the career person based on the obligation of the employer. Thank you for coming. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. We're also going to be sending the recorded, a message on the group as well. You're welcome.